Greetings. My name is Jamie Bowman, and I'm the Vice Chair of Family Medicine at Washington State University. I used my LEADS project in this Ignite presentation to confront the question, is medical education traumatic? I intend to walk you through how my project confronts educational trauma. Many of us have experienced trauma ourselves. I welcome you to participate in this journey within your comfort and boundaries. I was inspired by these unfortunate but true statistics. In a recent AMA study, 63% of physicians actively experiencing burnout, and 80% of us have experienced trauma in our work. I also have personal experiences. As a rural, poor, first-generation student, I faced distress in my own education, but that allows me to see the same concern in the faces of my colleagues and my students. Educational trauma is defined as shame and humiliation associated with learning activities. The physiology of such a trauma response actively inhibits the neural pathways of learning. Educational trauma has multiple sources. Consider for a moment who's inspired to care for patients. Many have overcome adverse childhood experiences. Then the learning environment is purposefully amplifying stress levels as students learn. Both higher education and healthcare as institutions are fraught with inequities and biases. As we already know, secondary experiences of trauma are nearly ubiquitous in medicine. Originally, I wanted to connect with students and pose the qualitative inquiry. What is your experience of educational trauma? But the IRB gifted me an opportunity to rethink my approach when they declined my request. This let me pivot my plan for a much stronger impact. In revision, I went upstream to seek ways to impact the system. In doing so, I found an important ally in exploring educational trauma, our teaching faculty. Faculty are one source, potentially, of educational trauma, but they made themselves accessible and open to change. I facilitated a development session that modeled trauma-informed care and peer-to-peer problem solving. The session was hybrid, delivered virtually and live, very well attended by a surprisingly diverse interprofessional audience. There was incredible engagement and, importantly, a request for more. Folks, including me, walked away with a clear awareness of educational trauma and the ability to recognize its features in our learners' behaviors. We practiced in-the-moment disruption techniques. Then, we further explored the recovery process for both learners and faculty. Most importantly, we brainstormed mitigation strategies that should help reduce educational trauma and improve the adaptability of our learners. We had a healthy consideration of the responsibility of selecting the students that we do through our holistic admissions process. While there was controversy in the use of content warnings because everything a physician learns has emotional impacts, we made a commitment to change. Students deserve to know that they will be learning with emotional consequences and consent to the skill and distress tolerance development. They also deserve support to reflect, recover, adapt, and gain important emotional intelligence. Faculty were very eager for more. We made a commitment to shed the historical approach in favor of more trauma-informed practices, and faculty needs support. Furthermore, the clinical environment deserves very special consideration. All of our interprofessional learners at the college deserve a foundation of awareness, growth mindset, and support. They deserve carefully staged accountability as they learn. The assessment team members also plan to edit our testing approach with a trauma-informed lens. What kind of healing is possible with interprofessional wellness and a curriculum that teaches and uses self-awareness and self-compassion? Well, I'd argue that when we make medical school emotionally safe, the future care will be more patient-centered and more trauma-informed. A very special note of gratitude to the ADFM LEADS program for giving me this platform for transformation. I also want to thank the teams at WSU that invested in this work and are amplifying it. No one more than the students deserve my gratitude for inspiring me every day. As I draw this Ignite presentation to a close, please indulge me as I say this work is challenging but important, controversial but healing. Thank you for your attention. I welcome your thoughts and questions.